if we want to apply this was two groups. If you want to use test for 3 or more groups, if you are using instead of sex or gender, if we use say age categories or any other, then what tool can we apply? Go to the, you can make this window smaller, and race can be used. There are 5 groups under race. Okay, let us try and see whether the blood pressure of different races is significantly different. Okay, so race would be used as the classifying variable or grouping variable, and same the blood pressure, diastolic blood pressure rest will be used as the dependent. Or this time we can use systolic or whatever you want. We will continue using diastolic. We have been using, so we will use that. Okay, and this time race will be used. Why I have used race? Why I have not used any other? There is one called smoke. Now smoke would have only 2 categories, smoker or non-smoker. So I can apply T, I cannot apply for 3 or more categories. Then this meds. Now I think that also has 2 categories. That is medical history or no medical history. Okay, so I will have height is given in carat, actual height, not categories. Weight also in actual weight, and age also in actual age. So I can't apply any one of them. So therefore, I have been left with one option, and that is that I use race as a grouping variable. Now, go to analyze, go to compare means. Now this is one-way ANOVA because we are using one grouping variable. If we are using 2 or more grouping variables, we will be using two-way ANOVA or n-way ANOVA. Right here we are using one-way ANOVA. So grouping variable is only 1. Right, so one-way ANOVA. Our dependent list would have one variable, that is diastolic BP address, we put as dependent. And factor will be race. Race, that is this, 5th. Alright, so we have transferred both the variables. Now we will see what can be, but now you would find that these options have changed. Okay, now for the time being we will forget about contrast because it will not make a difference to your results. Okay, so therefore we will not talk about it. Let us look at post-hoc. Now what is this post-hoc? If there are 5 groups based on race, now your ANOVA will give you one result, that whether the blood pressure of different races is significantly different. It will not tell whether the difference is significant between race 1 and 2, race 1 and 3, race 1 and 4, 1 and 5, 2 and 3, 2 and 4, 2 and 5, 3 and 4, 3 and 5, 4 and 5. It will not tell that. Whereas our interest would be that if the blood pressure is different based on race, we should know the difference whether in which races the difference is significant. Right? Now that can be done in 2 ways. One is that you form groups and apply T. Okay? Form two groups of 2 each, that is race 1 and 2, race 1 and 3 separate group, race 1 and 4, race 1 and 5, apply T. Race 2 and 3, 2 and 4, 2 and 5, separate groups, apply T. So number of T's can be applied. Now that would take long time. Okay, applying so many T's separately. ANOVA has inbuilt process of differentiating between individual groups, and that is called post-hoc test. Now this post-hoc tests actually would be equivalent to the T that we would have applied between groups. Now if you look at the options that are available, the options are divided into 2 windows. You look at the upper window, equal variance assumed, and the bottom window, equal variance is not assumed. Now, till now, we have not calculated, we have not computed whether the variances are equal among groups or not. Right? So therefore, we do not know whether the variances are equal or not. So it is advisable that we select one test from equal variance assumed and one from equal variance not assumed, because right now we do not know. Later on, during our ANOVA test, variance, equality of variance would be tested using Lewin's test. Okay, it is part of your ANOVA, it is included in your ANOVA analysis also. So if that result will tell us whether the variances were equal or not. So while interpreting, we will interpret the correct test, whether equal variance assumed or equal variance not assumed. Now, next question is tougher. From the equal variance assumed, we have some 14 tests. Okay, 14 tests and we have to select one. And in the bottom window there are 4 and we have to select one out of that. Now, going into each one of them would take long time, and I will tell you only the 2 tests that are commonly used, and will provide you the description of all the tests so that you can go through in your own time and you don't need to remember. Okay? Whenever you are applying, look at those whichever is suitable and you can apply. But in majority of the cases, Turkey, okay, HSD. In fact, HSD is not written here, but when you will apply, you will find that it was HSD. Turkey HSD. That is this, Turkey. Okay? Turkey HSD, because of the power of differentiation of this test. The power of differentiation of Turkey is highest among all the tests. And we want to check differentiation, so therefore we will apply Turkey from the equal variance assumed. And DUNET T3, that is the second test from the bottom. Again, this is considered the one that has highest discrimination. Right? So, DUNET T3 and Turkey, we will be applying these two. Okay? There are only minor, very minor changes in these tests, and 3, 3, 4, 4 tests have similar assumptions. So therefore, you do not need to worry too much. Turkey and DUNET T3 would give you enough results that you need. Okay? And significance level, we have selected 0.05 as default. We will continue with that, because we are also selecting a 5% level of significance, so we will test on that. Now, go to options. Now, first part, look at statistics. You can select descriptive, select homogeneity of variance test, so that your Lewin's test of homogeneity is applied, and others you don't need. You need only these 2 statistics to infer. And exclude cases, list-wise we will use it, will continue. Alright? Go to OK. Now we have got the results. Okay, one way. Results should be after one way, because on top there are t-test results. Okay, we are applying in the same window, so therefore, now there is a warning. Now what is this warning? Post-hoc tests are not performed for diastolic BP because at least one group has fewer than 2 cases. Now, what is this? One group has fewer than 2 cases. That is this B. 8. What is this? There is only one person. There is only a single individual, right? So that, how can I apply that? I will have to go back and remove this person from our test. Next time it can be applied, right? So what will I do? This is 8 he is talking about. This is 8 or something? 8. 8 है,
160
8 है, क्यों 8 है, 162 है. Only 162 is 8, isn't it?
Yes.
So this we can delete and we can still apply. Okay? We have removed that. And now we can apply because all others have more than 1. Go to compare means one way ANOVA. Same, and selections have already been made. Go to OK. Now that warning is gone because just on one sample you can't test. Now look at this. This is the table of descriptives. That means mean, standard deviation, standard error, lower upper values are given and minimum and maximum values. Okay? Now these are the blood pressure values that are mean computed for different races. Now look at the homogeneity. Okay? Homogeneity has been tested using Lewen's test. The value of Lewen's statistic, that is F, statistic is 0.789 and it is significant at 0.501. That means it is not significant. And if it is not significant, our null hypothesis assuming equal variance across groups is not rejected. And we will never say accepted. It is not rejected. Okay? Not rejected. So it is not rejected. And if it is not rejected, that means our equal variance assumption is valid. Okay? Now, that means which post hoc we will interpret? T, Turkey. Turkey HSD would be interpreted. Okay, let us see first. First we will interpret the actual ANOVA and then we will go to post hoc. What is the F value? 0.144. What is the level of significance? 0.934. That means blood pressure is not affected by race. Okay? Blood pressure is same across races. There is no difference based on race. Or race does not have any effect on blood pressure. You can interpret it in any of these three ways. Blood pressure, the race does not have any effect on blood pressure. 2. Blood pressure is not significantly different between races. Okay? Or there is no difference between races for their blood pressure. Right? Now let us see. If there is no difference, between groups also there will be no difference. That means you do not need to actually interpret post hoc. Now, since the differences have not been found, I will still tell you how to interpret so that you know how to do it. Go to the post hoc. This is the post hoc test and it will have two parts. First part is Turkey HSD and second part is Dunet-Dindley. Okay, Dunet-Dindley. So we will be interpreting Turkey HSD. Now, Turkey HSD, that is first Asian or Pacific Islander, and compared with black, you find not significant. If you look at these level of significance, you find all the values are greater than 0.9. That means none of the differences are significant. And we were unlikely to get because difference between one or more groups would be significant only when the overall difference is significant. If the overall difference is not significant, none of the groups would be found significantly different from the other. Alright? Now, we did not select the type of error here because the model is not selected here because this is randomized block design. This one-way ANOVA is based on randomized block design. There are 3 blocks or 5 blocks depending upon the classifying variable. Right? 3, 4, 5. In this case 5 blocks are there because 5 variables, classifying variable has 5 values, right? But we have checked that it is not making any difference. Now, second part associated with this is repeated ANOVA. This was independent. Now we will see repeated ANOVA. And repeated ANOVA can be 3 or more times if you are collecting data from the same sample. Repeated ANOVA can be applied. We have collected blood pressure data thrice. Okay, rest, then physical stressor with physical stressor and with mental stressor. We will see whether there is a significant difference. Okay. Now, it is better that we close this window, the result window, so that our results are not clustered with the current results, and we have a fresh results window. Okay. Now, we will apply, analyze. Now, this two-way, this repeated ANOVA would be under, repeated ANOVA is not under compare means. It is under GLM, generalized linear model. Repeated ANOVA is under GLM, generalized linear model. Okay? So, we will be clicking there. Okay? Generalized linear model, repeated ANOVA. Now, this factor means how many times. At factor we have to say how many times are we evaluating. Okay, how many times are we evaluating the variable? Once, twice, thrice. So in our case we are doing it thrice. So put 3. Add.
Sir, it is in general linear model or generalized linear model?
General linear model, GLM. Now, okay, which are those 3? Okay, 3 factors. Define. Which are those 3 factors? Click on define. There is a define option underneath. Click on that. Now we can transfer the 3 blood pressures, one, and use either of these, either systolic or diastolic. Don't use both combined. Okay? So 3 times one of them. Okay, so that means we will continue using diastolic. First, we will do rest. Second, with physical, that is cold. Okay, cold pressure. And third, with mental. Okay, I'm sorry. You have to do one at a time. Diastolic rest, transfer. Then go to next one. Diastolic, cold, and go to second and transfer. Diastolic cold. Okay. Go to third and transfer diastolic mental. Otherwise, it will be transferred to the same variable. Okay? You need to transfer it to first, second, and third. So we have transferred rest with cold and mental. Alright? Now, let us see model. Now, in model, when we are using repeated ANOVA, it will always be full factorial. There is no problem there. Only when you are using 2-way ANOVA, 3-way ANOVA, independent models, you will have to look at whether this part, type, the sum of squares, whether it will be type 1, type 2, type 3 or type 4. There are 4 types of sum of squares. But generally you need to select between 2 and 3. 3 assumes that all the cells have equal number of respondents. Type 3. And type 2 assumes that the number of respondents are not equal. Right? So you need to select out of type 3 and type 4. Type 3 and type 2. And in this case, since we are using the same sample, it is full factorial. And type 3. Okay? Continue. Go to contrast. Again I said contrast is not needed. And even the this plots would not be needed. Continue. Go to post-op. cost of, I have not transferred data. No, I have. Post stroke won't be there. Again, for repeated ANOVA, post stroke won't be there. You can save standardized residual values to check later on, because standardized residuals should be normally distributed. For ANOVA, there is an assumption that standardized residuals should be normally distributed, and therefore we can save that standardized residual so that later on we can check whether that is normally distributed or not. Okay? Selected. You can use Cook's distance for outliers, for identifying outliers. If we want to identify outliers, we can use Cook's distance for outliers. Okay? So we need to select only these. Continue. Go to options. Now you can transfer these both, overall and factor 1, and take descriptives, homogeneity. In fact, since it is repeated, it was not necessary. But then we have the option, so I am just saying. Estimate of effect size, observed power, that's it. Observed power, estimate of effect size, descriptive statistics and homogeneity. Which one? Residual plot can also be there. There will be a number of plots on that. Yes. Residual plot should also be there. Continue. Post hoc homogeneity specifies in the will be ignored because there are no between subjects. Correct? Because the homogeneity cannot be different because they are using same group. Okay? So therefore it is not going to calculate for us. Now, look at this table. But before interpreting this, let us go to Mauchly test of sphericity. Mauchly test of sphericity. Let us look at it. The value is 0.853. Chi-square value is 73.344. Significant at 0% level of significance. Now that means sphericity, the assumption is that again, when you check sphericity, it is the matrix is a identity matrix. Okay, it is testing that. The hypothesis is that the matrix based on standard values is identity matrix. Standard correlation values is identity matrix. Now, between the 3 times or 4 times, whatever number of times we are doing, that the matrix is a identity matrix. Now, if that is rejected, okay, later on we will find that it will give you 4 options, 4 results. We will have to interpret one of those results, okay, based on whether this sphericity has been rejected or it is not rejected. Sphericity is assumed, that is hypothesis is that sphericity is there. Now, if it is rejected, sphericity is there means that identity matrix is there. Now, if it is rejected, then sphericity not assumed would be interpreted. And if it is rejected, if it is not rejected, sphericity assumed would be interpreted. So, Mauchly test is used only for deciding which result would be interpreted. Now, go to next, and you find these are again the 4 tests that have been applied. Okay, and you find so sphericity assumed is the first one, greenhouse gaser, and this is a German Hornfeld and lower bound. These are the 4. First one is sphericity assumed, and remaining 3 sphericity not assumed. And out of the remaining 3, you will find always equal values. So you can interpret any one of them, and they are interpreted the same way. And greenhouse gaser is generally used, so we will do that. So sphericity not assumed we will have to do because it was rejected. Sphericity was, that hypothesis was rejected, so we will interpret the second one, and you find significant at 0% level of significance. Value is significant at 0% level of significance, that means significant. That means differences between the blood pressure taken at rest, blood pressure taken with mental pressure, and blood pressure taken with physical pressure, there is a significant difference between these three blood pressures. That means the two stressors, okay, that is mental and physical, they are definitely changing the blood pressure. Okay, the blood pressure with stressors is not equal to the blood pressure without stressors. So there is a significant difference between the three times, the blood pressures that have been evaluated or tested 3 times. Okay. Now if you look at observed power and partial eta, you find the numbers. The partial eta is squared R equivalent to squared R. Okay, that is regression values. Partial eta is equivalent to the regression values. And the observed power is that the differentiation power. That means when we are interpreting this result, how much confidence can we have on this? We can have 100% confidence because the observed power is 1. If the observed power is less, your confidence will be lesser on the results. So that is how you interpret the observed power. These are the four, five. You will find graph. Now, if you look at observed and residual, look at the bottom left side cell, the relationship between observed and standardized residues. Now, if the both are overlapping each other, that means normality is established. Both are overlapping each other. The values of residuals are not away from the values of observed, and therefore normality is established. We will see through test also, but then here itself it is normality is indicated. Observed and predicted, again you find predicted values are overlapping the observed values. That means the relationship is linear between observed and predicted. That means there is a linear transformation from observed and predicted. Linear relationship. Again observed and predicted here, and this is again observed and residual. That's it. Only 2 are there. Alright. So we've done what we've done. We've done t-test, univariate, 2 independent groups, and paired t-test. We applied ANOVA, that means 3 or more groups, and we applied repeated ANOVA. Okay, that much we have done.